And the reason I support as Arsenal is because this is one team that is doing a lot of things in the Premier League. This is a team that has the most FA Cups in the Premier League. This is a team that has won the Premier League unbeaten. So you just have to support this team unless you are confused. Like, every football fan, when he's born as an Arsenal fan. So after using drugs, some go to Manchester United, some decide to join Liverpool. But for me, I stayed at Arsenal, Maze.
I was expecting the list of achievements to continue. So I had the most FA Cups, and then
actually, FA is one of the most underrated cups in the Premier League. Actually, yeah. When you look at even the value of FA, it is most imeshinda Premier League. To be honest,
the only achievements that we have are only two: most FAs and Premier League unbeaten. Anything that goes beyond that?
Actually, unless you want to specify something, I'll just answer.
Okay. Now I have two Arsenal fans on the panel, and Manchester United fans also just watching. I think they will be ushered. They will be ushering themselves in based on when they need to have a rejoinder. So thanks, Ibra, for coming in.
Thank you.
And next time, I think you need to come early.
I will try.
Yes. So, tell us, how is your season so far?
Okay, our season so far so good, and no complaints except for Kai Havertz, who is really pulling us down. We went to Chelsea and bought this guy, and we expected him to come to Arsenal. This is the youngest squad in the Premier League. Actually, it is the youngest and most solid. Other teams are even copying us. Now they're trying to rebuild their squad into a young one.
Other teams like
Manchester United, they're trying to bring in Garnacho, who is a flop, who can't even start a game. Other teams like, for example, Liverpool, they're trying even to buy the likes of Chobozlai, who are very young. But Arteta had this project long time ago, and he has been buying. Look at Odegaard, he has been very nice. Look at Bukayo Saka with underage. I know even you, when mzee kwake kidogo. Look at the likes of Martinelli. They're good guys, but for Havertz, he's a good guy. He has been at Chelsea, he has been performing. He has been giving us goosebumps when we're meeting Chelsea. But when he has come to Arsenal, I think the gameplay of Arsenal is a tiki-taka one. And Havertz is one guy who, maybe at Chelsea, they were doing counter-attack. But at Arsenal, we don't really depend on counter-attacks. We want to score great goals. And for now, our main complaint is just for Kai Havertz.
Okay. Now, you have said something that I want both of you to address. That you are having young players building on a project. This is the same story that we had with Wenger, having young players building on a project.
Yeah.
The project didn't bring any results, at least to the best of a Liverpool fan. So do you think this project that Arteta is building now will bring any result? Because you look at what happened last season compared to what happened in 2008 when you lost the league with 5 matches left. It is more or less the same. So what is the difference between Wenger's project and Arteta's project?
One thing Wenger used to do is alikuwa nanunua players in the name of making a name, then selling them. So it was like a profit-making company that wanted to buy players, sell them at more expensive than the way the player was bought. But if you look at the Arteta thing, he buys players whom he builds in the team, then wins matches because of he's not doing business. He wants people to enjoy the game. You want to enjoy the winnings, the trophies, and what have you. But if you look at Wenger was not even into trophy thing. He was just after business. Now that this is a business, and a club makes money in so many ways. You can sell players, you can win trophies and what have you. But Wenger did not want to win trophies. He wanted to make money through selling of players.
I also want to echo what he has just said. A project is a long-term thing, and with Arsene Wenger, the most achievement he did with his project was the unbeaten season run, which he did in 2003, 2004. With Arteta, when Arteta came in, we were even out of the Champions League for like 6 years or 7 years. When he came in, we just saw he won the FA his season at the Arsenal. The next season, he just won the Community Shield with the Liverpool, and mind you, he didn't have his squad. Right now, this season, we are so proud to have won the Emirates Cup. We also have the Community Shield against the defending champions, Manchester City. It's a small project. We are so proud of Mikel Arteta, and I'm really hoping that this project, you know, when he came to Arsenal, we Arsenal fans, let us now enlighten you, kidogo. Because the first season, he said he wanted to do away with all those players who are very indisciplined, the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Lacazette. They were good players, but in discipline cases, so much in discipline cases in the squad. He did away with them. He brought in some Gabriel Jesus. He brought in some Martinelli, who we didn't even believe they will do something. But Arteta saw something in them. Right now, we are on stage 4 of his project. Stage 1 was squad rebuild. Stage 2 was bringing back the fans. Stage 3 was now allowing other players to come into Arsenal without having to convince them. Like right now, you see just players want to come to Arsenal because they love our project.
Which big name?
Not necessarily big names. You know not necessarily big names. You know the football that we are playing right now, we are not expecting big names because even Kylian Mbappe is a big name who said if he wanted to come to Premier League, he would really love to come to Arsenal. So Arteta is building something that every player is so proud of. Even when you look at Ivan Toney, who is just on the ban, he said he really loves Liverpool, but if there is one team he would love to come to play in, is Arsenal. That means that Arteta Project 3 was done. Now we are on the Section 4, and Section 4 is bringing cups at Emirates. And I think with the start of the season, I'm very proud to say that the cups have started coming to Emirates.
And one thing you should know before he finishes.
That is a Kobole.
Is it a trophy?
One thing you should know that when we were bringing in Arteta, we were bringing him so that his first achievement was taking back Arsenal to UEFA. Now we are there.
True.
Now the next thing we are looking at is, are we going to win the Premier League, which is working on it.
And every man, to be honest, every player, every team right now, they are saying that Arsenal are almost bottling. This is the match week 3, and everyone is saying that we are bottling. What are we bottling? The title. That means that Arsenal are one of the title contenders.
Okay. He said that your game yesterday you lost because of party. What's your post-match analysis on Arsenal versus Fulham?
Okay, thank you. Actually, Arsenal versus Fulham, there were so many mistakes in that game. But for me, personally, first of all, is the lack of composure from the teammates. I think there was no team. Yesterday, looking at that game, there was no team. It was just Arsenal players doing what they did in training. We didn't have that solid teamwork. So for me, Partey is being played out of position. And that's why you are finding that Arsenal fans right now, they're saying that Partey didn't play as we expect him. Partey is one of our midfielders. He's supposed to be holding that midfield. But now that we lack Tomiyasu, who just got a red card the other day, we have to play Partey out of position for these small games, actually, not for the major games. When we come to the major games like this game you're having on Sunday, please expect Thomas Partey back in the midfield. Expect Declan Rice, expect Odegaard. Now, from yesterday's game, Kai Havertz was really an upset, a disappointment, and I didn't enjoy Kai Havertz. I didn't see him. Trossard was also there, but he didn't perform, except for Nketiah. You know, Nketiah is one player that makes me don't even miss Gabriel Jesus, because Nketiah is almost double of what Gabriel Jesus has been doing to Arsenal. So for yesterday's game, I think I wouldn't really blame one player. I'll just say that we didn't have that composure. We didn't have that fan support with the goal that we were scored at minute 1. It really affected our game. So, but I'm really hoping that Manchester United coming to Emirates, we are going to be on our A game. Expect something.
You know, yesterday as I was watching United versus Nottingham, and then I think I was watching it in the house. I think I just blinked my eyes. Then I was told mmefungwa. I was like, oh, okay. And then I said, it's still very early. Then I think within 2 minutes, another goal. Like, huh? In my heart, I was giving myself that hope that it utashinda. So when I went online, what was hurting was how much Arsenal fans were loud, forgetting that they are also down. But anyway, hiyo asira tutamaliza weekend.
lazima ishe.
Yes.
Domo imekuwa mingi, and I just want to warn my Manchester United fans that you are one people who like history, and when Arsenal fans we try to go to history, normally you say that we have only 2 histories that never
Which is
relegated.
true.
Oh, it's okay, and that's why we are here now to build more of our histories. And for Manchester United fans, especially you, who is hosting us, I would really love to know any history that Manchester United fans have, because Arsenal we have our histories, 2 of them. Man U sijui ako na gani.
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Tell us.
Are you sure you really want to listen?
I
to
really
Manchester
want
United?
to listen.
We want to listen to
Give a
Manchester.
1 minute. History the Man U, 1 minute too.
I think I need more than 1 minute.
Please, even 5.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because we are
Okay.
short.
Now,
2 minutes.
because I have a fan, I want to welcome one of the fans to
Please.
come and give us a history of Manchester United. Remember when he started his history, he started very highly and started saying we are the highest FA Cup holders, we are the ones who have done unbeaten, and then he stopped.
Actually,
there.
those are not his, those are facts.
That is where I stopped. So I am expecting, of
And
course
I
I
think
know.
we have the youngest squad that is really flourishing in the Premier League.
Is that a history?
No, it's not a history. It's a fact. When you're talking about Arsenal facts, most of Manchester United are listening to it with their head.
But anyway,
We are planning our future.
what I know,
We are planning our future
what I
the
know,
next 5 years,
you have a player that needs to play for a big team.
Like,
That is Saka. He needs to play for a big team.
first of all,
How old
Saka
is
is called a star boy. You know the reason he's called a star boy?
Yeah, he
The
is-
only star boy in the Premier League. He cannot leave. He's one of our hell-end products.
But he needs to play for a big
Arsenal
team.
is a big team. What do you mean? What do you mean? Arsenal is a big team.
Not in my books. So let me welcome the Manchester United fans.
Please, come here.
Come in and at least help us with the history. First, you can introduce yourself. Tuambie wewe ni nani, ulianza kusupport Man U lini, na ni nani alikupeleka huko? Huyu alisema ni ndugu yake alikuwa na support Man U na wako wanasikizana, walikuwa wanapigana. Sasa akasema ata support the other team. Huyu akasema yeye ile Ronaldo effect ndio ilimleta Man U. Huyu mwingine yeye alisema alipotea. Sasa yeah.
John Odhiambo, mchezaji wa football, tena nafuatilia football. I'm a football player, I'm a football fan. First of all, I'm very happy to be a fan of a very big team in the world, Manchester United, which have 3 records, untouched records we are holding. One of them, I heard the Arsenal fans saying, they are the team with the highest number of FA Cups. I think it's Manchester United who has the largest number of FA Cups, 12, which is a record. English Premier League, we have 20. That's a record. Those are 2. Another one, in terms of players, like in EPL, we have a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, which no team in EPL has ever bring forward a player with a Ballon d'Or.
They don't have the capacity.
Yeah, they don't have the capacity. Okay.
Can I
Those
cut
are
you
3.
just a minute?
Those
Okay,
are 3.
okay.
Let me cut. We cannot be talking of teams competing from 1960s, 1980s, and we are competing with teams in the 21st century. When we talk about Arsenal and Manchester United, we are talking about what is happening now. The trophies you are winning when your father was a leader in the house
Let me say
during the
this.
time
Okay.
you
Let me
were-
say
Can you
this.
compete
Let me
with
say
your
this.
Okay,
father?
you see,
They
just
say
a minute.
okay.
We were going the history, yeah?
Yes.
You brought your history and you brought 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only 2. Unless there's one you forgot which you may want to bring.
That record you are talking about, that one of unbeaten, huh? That one of unbeaten.
You know.
Is it something happening now, or is it something that was?
someone who was born when you were doing the unbeaten?
Yes.
He must be married now.
2, 3, 2, 4. Somehow, not really.
Yes, should be married.
Unless you come from a village where people get married with 16 years. I don't know.
No, it's not 16 years. It's 19.
19 to 16 years, those are kids.
No,
They're just growing from girls to women.
By the government, if you marry a 19-year-old or you get married at 19, you are.
What
you are an
what
adult.
I'm trying to argue out is during the time when the Manchester United was taking cups, it is not this time whereby
The latest we took cups was
Manchester
2013.
United took the EPL Cup
In
in
2013.
2013 when Fergie was retiring. Then from there, when did Arsenal take their last EPL Cup? When?
you know
Just
we're
tell us
talking-
when. When?
we are talking about Manchester
No,
United
no.
and not
Tell us
Arsenal.
when.
We are talking about Manchester United.
Yeah, so continue with your history.
Oh, they wanted 3. I've just given out 3.
You have anything to
Do you have anything
dispute
to ask
his
me again?
history?
I've said and again clear that you cannot compete with your father during the time your father was the head of the house.
Okay,
this is
now,
not the same time.
Can we
Now
start?
it's another.
Can we
another-
start?
That's why we've said
Can we
20.
start from 1992?
from 1992? Now let's start from maybe 2000.
Okay, let's start from 2000.
Let's start from 2000. Now, if you look at this team, let's go head to head. How many games have you won? How many games has Arsenal won? And how many draws? Maybe that will help us to have a history of the two teams.
Okay, I
You
know.
definitely
Okay,
know- if you definitely,
the
if you're
number-
going that history, you are
obvious Manchester United is going to be up.
has
Yeah.
won more games than
Yeah,
you.
more
Yeah,
games.
we can just
More
confirm
games.
that.
Yeah.
More
You can
games.
just confirm that. Because I'm looking at a team that was competing in 1980s, and we want to compare this with the results that we are getting right now.
Talking about the Ballon d'Or of Cristiano Ronaldo, when did Cristiano get it? Achieve it in Manchester United?
Cristiano
When?
Ronaldo is a good player.
Yeah.
I'll not depict that. And
So
he's a good player.
just a quick update.
Yes.
United have won 99 matches.
Yes, sir.
To Arsenal's 87, 53 matches have ended draw.
True. From
Uh,
which year?
Actually, the goodness is that I am using this from the website of Arsenal.
I know, as a Manchester United fan, you will talk like a Manchester United. That's why I was expecting that.
Yeah, so we have faced each other 239 times in total, ever since football, both teams
I wanted us to
existed.
start at 2000.
Let's just so let's go to the history of Arsenal and Ferguson.
From 2000. You want that history from 2000, head to head? How many
That's what
has
I was-
Man
that's
United
my question.
won?
That
How
was-
many Arsenal draw? That's what you want.
Yeah, that's my
Just started
question.
from 2000. 2000 or 2001.
DJ can give us some music as we look for that.
But we should not even look for that. It's obvious Man United
No,
are
I just
above
want to give
Arsenal.
the exact
It's
the
obvious.
exact digits.
It's okay. Let's wait and see.